Hi there. Let's talk a little about the United States Constitution. It's like a go-to point for every argument. If anything good has ever happened in America, we thank the Constitution. If anything terrible happens, well, you guessed it, we blame the Constitution. Many of us have ideas on how and why to change the Constitution. We believe if only we can change the Constitution, we can do away with mass shootings, big corporations and even the touchy subject of the wall. We want Congress to do more. Yet, they often give excuses of the Constitution. This can be frustrating, right? So let me ask you this question. How can we deal with this Constitution crisis in order to have our social goals realized in America? How about we walk through properly understanding this old document for starters? The foundation of the Constitution is the Bill of Rights. It is the first step we the people took to form a perfect union. And the Bill of Rights deals primarily on the concept of individual liberty. The idea that no matter who you are, what you worship, or who you love, you have the right to live your life as you choose. That's it in a nutshell. Everything revolves around that. However, daily we have debates over new ideas like healthcare or even free college. We want to fix income inequality and even do away with mass shootings through amending our Constitution. We believe these ideas are a reflection of our rights and we get mad when some old guy in Congress gives the Constitution as a reason for not doing what we consider the obvious thing. To understand the basis of the Constitution, let's turn to an explanation given by a smart economist named Walter Williams. As Dr. Williams puts it, we need to start this conversation from the perspective of self-ownership. So take John Doe for example. John Doe owns John Doe. In other words, everything about John Doe is John Doe's property. The Founding Fathers aimed that John Doe and his property should be protected from any outsider, including the United States government. This is why John Doe is not the property of the United States government. When you understand this little point, you come to terms with what is moral or immoral with respect to John Doe. If you take John Doe's property, that is immoral. And if John Doe takes any of your properties, it is immoral. Unless this is done within the terms of a mutual contract agreed by both of you. This is why ideas like theft, murder or rape are all immoral and criminal. They violate private property. Now, since you own your property, you can delegate your government, through elections to help out with any task involving the property you own. So, you can ask your government to protect you from external enemies through the military, or an internal enemy through the police. You are your property. Remember? However, it is immoral and wrong, and should be criminal for you to ask your governmental representatives to take something from someone else for you. For example, if John Doe has a car, he can ask another person to drive it. However, John Doe cannot ask anyone to go drive his neighbor's car. That would be wrong. And could even result in a crime. Get it? This is why the arguments we have today are hard to defend by the principles of personal liberty. Take, for example, if you are hungry for a cheeseburger, can you force McDonald's to give it to you? So, why then do you think you can delegate your government to do something similar to this? This is where the problem lies. The problem is not in the Constitution, but in our lack of understanding it. The Constitution is aimed to protect personal liberty. It cannot be used as a tool to force others to do for us what we cannot do for ourselves. Yes, I know. You may ask about taxes collected by the government for infrastructure. You may wonder how that's different. Here's how. The Constitution already stated that. In Article 1, Section 8, of the United States Constitution, it outlines the mandated duties of the government and the obligation of taxes for that. However, when it comes to asking the government to be a bully, taking from another American, to serve your own personal needs, it frowns upon this. We have to be wary of this because it will always come back to bite us. Today, about 2/3 of what Congress does is bullying some Americans to serve the needs of other Americans. They bully the poor to bail out the biggest banks and bully the rich to offer food stamps to the poor. So when next you have a debate on what the government should do or not do, think in terms of personal property ownership of John Doe. And it should help you see what the Founding Fathers had in mind. As you can tell, all along, there has never really been a problem with the United States Constitution. The real problem has been in your misinformed interpretation of it. Thank you for spending some time with us today. If you like what you've seen so far, please like and share and please do subscribe and hit that notification button to catch more videos like this. See you next time.